Is the earth flat? And more importantly, what does the Bible say about the earth being flat? Well, honestly, it doesn't really matter in the end, but still, people are interested in it, so I'll see what I can do. Okay, so what does the Bible say about the earth being flat or round? Well, we start with Revelation, the book of Revelation, and chapter 7, and verse 1, and it says, After these things I saw four angels standing on the four what? Corners of the earth. So what we see here? We see four corners of the earth, right? We see four corners of the earth. So we know here that what? If it's four corners, then it must be a square or rectangle, right? Or maybe it could be a figure of speech, we never know. So let's get some more proof. We'll go to the book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah in chapter 40. Okay. Chapter 40 and verse 22. It is he that sitteth upon the what? The circle of the earth. So we see here what? The circle of the earth, right? So we see here that no, the earth is, not a square, it is a circle. So therefore you can see that corners thing probably just a way of speaking. But we need more than just the word circle, right? Because it can still be a circle while be a flat disc, right? Like most of the flat earth models are. So we go again to Genesis, the book of Genesis, in chapter 27. Chapter 27. Now we look here at verse 39, and it says, And Isaac his father answered him, and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the what? Fatness of the earth. We see here that the word fatness is being used, or like mass, okay, which would point more to a circular shape or globe shape. Or it could be just another figure of speech, right? But it's another hint at what the shape of the earth might be. So far we know that it's a circle and it may have some sort of mass to it, right? Now let's see what Job says, okay? In Job 26. And we go to Job 26. Very important topic here, sure. Job 26. We read here at verse 30. And verse 7, right? He stretcheth out the knot over the empty place and hangeth the earth upon nothing. So we see here in Job, right, that earth is hung upon nothing. Right? Job 26:7. So that sounds like they're saying, oh, it's hanging in empty space, or it's within empty space. As they said, the word stretched out in over the empty place. Right? It'll be very hard to see how a flat thing hanging like that, right? So the main process like a ball is hanging out in space. And we'll use one more verse just to maybe bring it home, but you never know. Right? We go to Matthew. Okay? The book of Matthew. And chapter 12. And we read verse 40, and it says, "For as Jonas," which is Jonah from the Old Testament, "was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth." Now, not only do we see here that he's talking about the center of the earth when he says the heart, but also the earth is being likened to a whale. And I don't know if you know much about whales, but whales aren't flat, right? They're very big and they have volume and mass, so they're definitely not flat. So, right, Matthew 12:40. So, we see here from the evidence it should point to it being wrong. But the truth is that the Bible doesn't necessarily openly say exactly, right? It may hint at one or the other, but it doesn't openly say the shape of the earth, right? Maybe someone has found where it does say that, but honestly, I didn't do as much research into it because I'll tell you why. Because some of these topics are not necessarily things you're spending your time studying about, right? And we see that in this verse, book of Romans, verse 16, chapter 16 and verse 19. Okay? So we turn to that to show you why these kind of topics may not always be the one you need to focus on. Okay? So the book of Romans 16:19. One two times. Right? Okay. Verse 19 in chapter 16 of Romans. "For your obedience is come abroad unto all men. I am glad therefore on your behalf, but yet I would have you wise on to that which is good, and simple concerning evil." Right? So when you get tied up in all these kind of conspiracy things, right, it's distracting you from really becoming wise on what is good in the world, right? Because instead of studying right doctrine and important doctrine how to improve your Christian life, you're busy focusing on conspiracy theories and why the government may be tricking us or stuff like that. But if that's not enough for you, I'll give you one more verse as to why it's probably not really that important, and you'll really agree with this one. At least I hope so. Okay? So we have here Revelation 21:1, and we'll close on that. Right? Revelation 21:1. So it says, "And I saw a new heaven and a what? A new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea." So ultimately, it doesn't matter because this earth is going to pass away. And then when it does, and you're with God, you can ask Him whether or not it was flat or round the first time or the second time. Personally, I always believed the earth was round, and that didn't change with the flat earth conspiracy stuff that happened recently. But if it's really that important to you, what you can do is you could listen to both sides of the argument, make your own decision, and keep it to yourself, and don't let it distract you from the more important